What's up, vapors? Thanks for checking out Spin Fuel's Daily Vape TV. My name is Nick, and it's vlog time once again. So, I got a lot of topics to talk about tonight. Some new stuff, some changing stuff, some beer stuff. So, it's all exciting. Let's begin. I should start with my latest setups, my latest vape gear that I've been trying out and testing for you guys for reviews and stuff. I have the Ruby Mod by Kennedy Vapor, which I'm going to go over this in a little bit more detail in a little while, but if you follow me on Instagram, you'll know that I recently put on some Claptons on there, and I am vaping some Cactus Jam, and as you can see, this one is done, so I had to move on to my 50-50 blend. I love myself some Cactus Jam by Hingham Hill. And of course, every product that I mention and everything like that, it's going to be listed in the links below. If you want to check those guys out, make sure you do so. So yeah, vaping this thing with some Claptons right now, and I got to tell you, it's right where I like it. I mean, this thing not only hits hard, but the Claptons, they have a nice ramp up time to it. I don't like, instant fire when it comes to Claptons. I like a little bit of a more of a ramp up, but overall I like flavor production, and that's what this thing definitely delivers on. So let's have a quick vape here. All right. So next one I have is the standard driving mod. You've seen this a million times. It's the IPv3Li with the Kanger Subtank Plus on top. Of course, a Half Moon Mods tip, as well as this one here, matchy. And I have the G Clapton coils by Atom Vapes that I'm still kind of testing out. I wanted to kind of elaborate more on my review, and I still like them. They're not all, they're not perfect. Nothing's without fault, but they're not too bad. I still don't think they're worth $1 extra a coil, but I know some of you out there might think, this is the best thing on, that ever happened. But I do know that Aspire has created their own version of their Clapton coils pre-built. So that's something that's going to be pretty big too, I think. I can't wait to try those out for myself. And I wanted to reiterate something. In one of the coils, I forget which one it was, but I didn't have the screen turned on when I did the actual firing test to it to see the actual ramp up time on it. So I kind of wanted to do that again tonight and just give you a little bit more of a feel for it. As you can see, the screen is on right now, so I'll fire in 3, 2, 1. And hopefully you guys heard that. I'll put a little thing on the video, editing Nick, put it down there somewhere. But yeah, it still has a bit of a ramp up time, which is a little bit annoying, but it's not going to be a deal breaker for me. In the tank is some Cloud Thieves e-liquid. I got this at the Jersey convention. These guys are super nice. They were like, here, take some liquid. I'm like, oh, okay, all right, I'll try it out. So finally I'm getting around to that, and it's a pink lemonade flavor. It's called Pink Panther. I've been doing a lot of the lemonade flavors lately. I just got into some Rig Reserve. I was vaping that with the Council of Vapor Vengeance tank. And I've been trying to, see the difference, the subtle differences. I've been vaping some Javelin by Mod Fuel and stuff like that. And I really do like the lemonade flavors. Been kind of giving me a little bit of a throwback to summer when it was nice and warm out. And right now it's rainy and kind of miserable in New England. So I just wanted something to brighten up my day a little bit. So let's have a quick vape here. Yeah, and I think the Clapton coil kind of helps the flavor out a little bit, but I really don't think it's absolutely 100% necessary. And since Aspire is doing their own version of the Clapton coils, I guarantee Kanger is going to do the same thing. They're always in direct competition with each other, so keep an eye out for Kanger coils that already are pre-built Clapton. And my final setup tonight is actually to go along with this baby right here. This is Treehouse Good Morning. Show you the tag. And that's what I'm going to be pairing it with. I'm going to be pairing the Moon Waffles, actually, by Nitro Labs with that beer, which is a coffee maple syrup stout, which is awesome. It's everything that I love. I love coffee stouts. I'm French Canadian, so I love maple syrup. And I've got the blueberry waffle with cream. Oh, it's going to be awesome. If I could, I would drink this in the morning for sure. But we're here, so might as well have a quick drink, quick vape. We'll pair it up. Let's see what it's like. So, cheers. Oh, that's amazing. That is absolutely amazing. And let's have a vape. And that really pairs nicely. I didn't think the blueberry would actually cut through after, taking a sip, but I still taste the blueberry. I get that nice waffle kind of flavor, and then a light maple syrup and a light cream kind of on the exhale. And that pairs beautifully. And I even think that their Forbidden Donut flavor might actually be a good match for that as well. I've been trying that one out, and donuts are all the rage nowadays. That's all you see is donut this, donut that. And I've never been a huge breakfasty, desserty kind of vapor, I've always been into the fruity stuff. But I think that this pairs nicely, and I think I could see myself vaping that. Definitely in the morning at least. At least a morning vape, I'll give it that. As far as an all-day vape, I doubt it, but hey. It is 68% VG. And that's the type of mix that I like to see. I like to see that 70-30 kind of ratio where it gives you a nice flavor, nice throat hit, and also that vapor production as well. Yeah, I'm digging it. Definitely digging it. A little bit about my beer background. I'm a member of Craft Beer and Vapor Clouds, which is a group on Facebook. And if you're into craft beer and you are a vapor, I recommend that group. Definitely join it, which Grim Green is also a member of. My hat's off. I've been, obviously drinking since I've been 21, and I've gotten into craft beer within the past about 5 years or so. And I've gone through two beer lists at my local craft beer bar, which is Smith's Billiards above Theodore's in downtown Springfield. So if you're ever in the area and you want to grab a beer, let me know. I'm definitely down. They also have some of the best barbecue around, so definitely in for that. And my favorite types of beers are either IPAs or, some Belgians or something like that in the summer. And when it gets colder and darker earlier, I tend to go with a stout or a porter, some dark beer. And in between, I enjoy some red ales, some brown ales, Marzens, and things like that. So I'm into pretty much anything except for, barley wines. That kind of thing doesn't really float my boat. But I'm willing to try everything once. So let's have another sip here. So, I'm also on the Untapped app. If you guys have that, make sure you add me. I think my handle is Vaping Beer Geek or something like that. I'll put it in the description. So if you're on the Untapped, make sure you add me. So let's talk about this beer real quick. So it's called Good Morning by Treehouse Brewery. And I want to give a huge shout out to Dylan. Thank you, Dylan, for giving me this. I love it. Absolutely love it. He works at Treehouse, and he brings me in beer in exchange for some juice, which is pretty cool. So he brought me this, and he wanted me to try it for the longest time. And finally, I'm able to, and bring this to you guys. So it's only brewed twice a year. This is the second time. It won't be available from here on out. It's almost gone. There's only 1,000 fills available. And I guess the last week when they had it, there was about 500 gone the first day it was available. Today, I think they capped it at 300, and tomorrow they're going to probably fill out the rest of the 200, and that's it. That's it for this year. It's a maple syrup coffee stout, which is right up my alley. They have 10 beers on the Beer Advocate Top 100, which is really impressive. And this one is number 1. So if you guys know anything about beer and Beer Advocate, this is a big deal. So I'm just excited to have it, honestly. So yeah, I love Treehouse. I've enjoyed everything that Dylan's brought me so far. Really loving this one. I'm just gonna have another quick sip here. And it's not too, it doesn't have that alcohol bite to it. You know, normally for something with 8.4% alcohol, you're going to get that like kind of tang in the back of your throat, just like throat hit, you know? But I don't get that with this one. It's kind of a nice mellow, like almost nice malty kind of, definitely get the coffee on the aftertaste. It smells a lot like maple syrup, but it tastes more like coffee. You do get hints of that maple in there, which is good. Definitely pairs nicely with a good donut or waffle or pancakes or whatever, you know, kind of e-liquid that you might have. So moving on, we'll talk a little bit about this mod, the Ruby. We'll do a full review very soon, so pay attention for that. Obviously it doesn't come with one of these. This is a Half Moon drip tip, as I mentioned earlier. Comes with a standard stainless steel Kennedy drip tip that comes with pretty much everything. Obviously I have this one in copper, and I'll just show you the engravings on it real quick if you can see it, hopefully. Ruby and 0070. Barely see it in there, but hopefully you guys can see that. Things I like about this, going top to bottom. So first of all, it has a chunkier top middle screw. The positive screw on this thing is big, and that's nice because you fit more wire through the positive post, which means fuse claptons, for those of you that like doing twisted wire, fuse claptons, that kind of thing. It's going to accommodate a little bit better for you. The airflow, the same as the standard Kennedy, which is perfect for me personally. Some of you out there might find that it's a little restricted or too loose, but I think that Kennedy got it spot on with their airflow, and I wouldn't change a single thing about it. I like it maintains that 24 millimeter form factor all the way through, nice and sleek looking. Don't like the fact that it only comes in copper and brass right now. It is going to be available in stainless steel and rhodium, as well as other finishes in the future, but I'm not really at liberty to say what yet, but I can say that Kennedy has a lot of things in their little bag of tricks that they're going to be coming out with soon, so pay attention to Kennedy Vapor because they're doing big things right now. This piece, the mod piece itself, just kind of plain, simple, no engravings, no markings, except for the little vent holes here at the bottom, which is good. It is safe. As far as aesthetically, kind of ugly, but you know, not that big of a deal for me personally. And finally, the switch. The switch is really cool because first of all, see the little gap around here? That's designed specifically so that if you drop this mod or end up bending part of this part in a little bit, it's not going to completely affect the switch. It's going to make it so that you can still get the switch in and out and still have it function without, you know, maintaining that perfect circle outside, which a lot of other mod companies don't have that, which is nice. If you drop certain mods, it's going to be completely done for. Another thing is that little X in the bottom there. It makes it super easy to get the batteries in and out, and for the switch in and out itself for cleaning and whatnot, because it's copper. You're going to have to clean it a lot. So you just twist it like that with a quick, you know, couple twists, and it's finger tight, so you don't have to worry about getting out any tools or screwdrivers or coins or anything like that, although you could fit a nickel or a quarter or whatever in there. Here's the switch itself. I'll show you a little bit of that. And there's the other side of it. So as you can see, those two little gaps on the other side, it's meant for a quarter turn, and that switch just comes right out. So there you go. There's that switch. That's all it is right there. So there's no threading in the actual switch itself, which is really, really good for conductivity. It's going to maintain it all the way through. Since there's no threads, it doesn't have a weak point, so it doesn't heat up, which is another really big thing for me. A lot of mods nowadays, they don't really design their switches well enough, and the switch ends up heating up if you got a really low ohm build on it, which a lot of people are doing 0.08 and stuff like that, some crazy builds. I tend to build around 0.16-ish, so I like to keep it a little bit more on the safer side. But that's it. As you can see, there's a spring, and it's a simple little spring in there. Nothing too bulky, too heavy. The throw is really short. It's about 1 millimeter of throw, and it feels good. You know, it feels really good in the hand. So as you can see, I'm putting the switch back together just by twisting my thumb like that. And as you can see there, finger tight, and that's it. No battery rattle, and it's all good. So let's have a vape real quick while it's in my hand. Not too bad for 50/50 e-liquid. So yeah, that was the little Ruby teaser. I'm sure I'll be more in-depth when it comes to doing the full review. So I wanted to talk about the future of Daily Vape TV. We'll get into that in a second here. Oh, I gotta get it. The waffles. Oh, there we go. There's a flavor. Just sweetens it up a little bit too, which is nice. Anyways, the future of Daily Vape TV. So, moving forward, I wanted to be, professional. I want to maintain, the outlook that I've always had, but I want to bring you more videos. As you probably noticed lately, I haven't been posting too many build videos and stuff like that. So I've been kind of secretly teaming up with a few companies that I will be able to bring you more reviews. As you know, I've been busy. I work for Vape Magazine now. So a lot of my time is dedicated to that. I'm also helping other companies and stuff with their branding. I'm also a graphic designer and a photographer, so I've been doing a lot of graphic design work and stuff like that too. So I'm kind of all over the place when it comes to that. But I want to give you a more professional kind of feel to my videos. Might actually move my studio out of my boudoir, my bedroom, into a more professional kind of location where I can actually soundproof and bring you something where it's not going to echo and give you a nice, solid video review without any other distractions or anything like that. And I'm sure you've noticed when I use my normal camera that I normally do my videos with this mic here, you get a little bit of that ambient noise. Not so much with this microphone here, but I can't use that all the time when I do my videos. It just doesn't really make sense for the workflow. It would mean a lot more work on my end, and I'm sure you want more videos and not more time for me sitting there editing and, tinkering with the audio. So what I want to do is actually have a studio build out with a little bit better lighting and a little bit better sound quality, stuff like that. I might actually invest in a new camera so I can either have a dual angle kind of thing going on or something like that. And one camera would be like for close-ups, so if you can see me while I'm doing a close-ups, and I don't know, something like that. I mean, if that's kind of the thing that you're looking for in your videos, then definitely stay tuned for what I got planned. So that's coming in the next few months. I'm probably projecting realistically around the first of the year is when I'm going to roll that out. But I'll try to bring you a few videos in the meantime while my new little studio is going to be built and put together. But funding is an issue, and that's another thing I wanted to mention. YouTube is now doing YouTube Red, which is a paid subscription, or not paid subscription, but paid YouTube, so that you don't have advertisements, which for the big YouTubers that get 1 million views per video no matter what, it's really not going to affect them, but it's going to affect the little guys like me. And any ad revenue that I get now is probably going to be cut maybe in half, if not more. I do monetize my videos, so I do make fraction of a cent. And the way YouTube works is every time you get, I believe it's like 1,000 views, that's when the monetization actually kicks in. So me just doing, my little videos here and there, I don't always get over 1,000 views on them. And anytime that happens, I don't make a dime. So it's only the videos that are actually gaining some sort of traction that I actually get paid for. And it's also, very minuscule. You have to watch the whole video in order for it to count and everything like that, which they put that in place because they don't want scammers and spammers and stuff like that putting out videos and monetizing them and getting rich off of it, even though it's, someone else's property or whatever. So copyright's a bit of an issue and everything like that. I've had to deal with that a lot with my videos. And even though I use like the free music and the YouTube, music and stuff like that, sometimes they do get flagged, which that's another thing I wanted to bring up was music for my channel. Every time you see a video that I go, and do a show or something like that, travel, anything, I tend to put music in my videos. So I'm looking for people that can give me something that I could use, in exchange for some exposure. So if you're interested in that, if you're a music producer or a DJ or anything like that, and you think you can come up with something that's copyright free, that's one thing I have to mention, is that it has to be 100% copyright free. You can't use anyone else's beats or anything like that. So if you feel like you can, fill that gap in my production, send me an email. I'll have the link in the description below. It's just dailyvapetv@gmail.com. Because I'm trying to maintain as professional of a video production as I can with the budget that I have, which is very small, which I wanted to also bring up the Patreon. And that's one thing that has to do with the YouTube's paid subscriptions or paid whatever, ad-free, whatever. Patreon is basically you support me with a donation of $1 or $2 or $5 or whatever you want to donate per month. So the way I have my Patreon set up, it's per month. So if you want to donate $1 per month, that's awesome. $2, $5, $10, whatever you want to do is all up to you. But anything does help, and this stuff is expensive. Camera equipment, lighting equipment, studios, soundproofing, all that stuff is expensive. So any little bit that you guys, if you want to support my channel, if you could give $1 or $2 here and there, I would greatly appreciate it. And of course, I'll give you a shout out in my videos and my vlogs and stuff like that. And when I do make merch, you guys will be the first to have it. If I do merch, I should say, because I'm kind of planning on doing some merch, but not quite sure yet. Want to see where my brand goes. And that's another thing I wanted to mention is the branding. Gonna maybe do a few tweaks here and there to my logos and stuff like that. So minor changes. It's not going to affect anything, but the intros might be a little bit different. That's about it. I had one other thing to talk about. What was it? Vape break. Drink break. Vape break. That pairs. I can't even say how good that pairs. I did have one other thing to talk about. Let's see. Petri. Where is it? Here it is. So I have a Petri. Oh, and spare O-rings. So I have a Petri here, as you can see. Dot mod. There you go. So I have this for a review, which I will be getting to you shortly. I haven't built it yet, haven't vaped it yet, so jury's still out on that. But I wanted to just give you guys a little quick heads up that I do have one, and I will be bringing you a review soon. And I want to give a huge shout out to Jay Sullivan for that. Thanks, buddy. Really appreciate it. He's the one that actually lent this to me for the purpose of review. And yeah. So let's see. I think I went through all my normal topics. Probably going to end a little bit early tonight. Don't really have much else to talk about. Let's just, have another beer break. We'll move on to some shout outs. So, let's see here. First of all, want to shout out Wicked Forest Vapes. They're an up-and-coming juice company that's right here out of Springfield, Massachusetts, and they're doing big things. They just got in their first shop, so congratulations to them. Make sure you go check out their social media pages. They're on Facebook, they're on Instagram, so follow them there and keep up with what they're doing because they're doing big things. And I wanted to give them a shout out and, not only thank them for their continuing support, but also wish them good luck in their future ventures. So yeah, shout out to Wicked Forest Vapes, Andy, Dan, the whole family. Keep doing what you're doing. I also want to shout out Hingham Hill E-Liquid, which I've featured in a few different, shows and whatnot. I do a show with Jay DeLuco, the owner, on Friday nights. And you can catch those shows, everything except for tomorrow because we're taking the week off. But next week we'll be doing a show on vapors.tv/NEV. And I'll have that link in the description below. But yeah, I do a show with the owner, but I love his juice. Good stuff. My favorite's Gobstomper, which tastes just like an everlasting Gobstopper. I'm vaping Cactus Jam right now in the Ruby mod, which is really delicious. It's a dragon fruit pomegranate, and he hates it. I love it. So, whatever. But he makes a really, really good quality e-liquid there. I also want to shout out Half Moon Mods. I'm always shouting him out. J.R. Murphy. I've got probably a dozen of his tips. But he makes some really high quality, handmade, hand-turned drip tips. Wide bore for the Kennedys. If you want to pick those up, halfmoonmods.com. It's in the description. Also, Wild West Vape. Good, awesome dude. Big supporter of mine. So thank you, Wild West Vape, for being such a big supporter. And a big shout out to you. Also, Anton. Anton is from Croatia, and he watches my videos. So big shout out to you, Anton. We're trying to work something out for the music and stuff like that. So hopefully we can get there. But he has been watching my videos for a while. So thank you, Anton. I also want to shout out my buddy Tommy. He's just got on TVL, the mod makers, local team that just started up, which is pretty cool. So he just got on TVL. So congrats, Tommy. Also, Jeff. Jeff has been a long-time supporter of mine. You've probably seen him all over my Facebook feed and stuff like that. But yeah, he's just a big supporter of mine. So just wanted to give him a little shout-out, little nudge. Thanks, buddy, for being a long-time supporter. And that about does it for the show tonight, guys. I'm going to cut it a little bit short. I'm going to go and enjoy the rest of this delicious brew here. You got to hit the vape right after, too. Absolutely delicious. So yeah, that's going to be it for tonight. Thank you very much for watching. Check out the links in the description if you want to check out any of the products or anything like that I mentioned in this program, show, whatever you want to call it. If you want to see more of my videos, check out spinfuel.com. Don't forget to like this video and subscribe. All the support is really awesome. Thank you guys so much. Check out spinfuel.com for more of my videos, as well as Smoke and Joy and Spinfuel official videos. And as always, vape on.